Good morning, everybody. Today is Mindset Monday, and I am coming to you on my phone because my electricity in my home office just went out. Um, so I hope we can do this. And Autumn, can you hear me? I just want to make sure that the volume's working. All righty. Okay. We've got some things working. So today, um, being, the third day of March, and in Colorado, this is 303 day. That's our area code. And so we sort of celebrate this day as a first day of March, and it's amazing weather here. So I hope you're having some good weather as well. What I want to talk about today is how to align your mindset and get rid of fear. Okay. So you probably know this, you've listened to me enough on Mindset Monday that I am a Louise Hay certified teacher. I teach a lot of the self-help development with Louise Hay's philosophies. And this is something that I really think that everybody will like because it's 4 questions that you could ask yourself to help align your mindset and get rid of fear. Um, I wanted I just learned this very recently, and I'd like to share it with you. But did you know that human babies are born with 2 fears? The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. So I just found this out and I thought, wow, that is so crazy that babies are born with this intuition and there's just 2 fears that they have, the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. And think about all those other fears that you learn, the fear of failure, even the fear of success. These are all mind made prison things that can put you in a type of jail in your mind. Okay. The fear that you can't do something, the fear that you're not enough, these are all things that we create ourselves in our mind. So let's think of these 4 questions. All right. The first question, and when I talk about these questions, I'd like for you to think about them, write them down, um, and think about these after we have this 30-minute little session. Okay. So, question number 1, what have you been thinking about lately? Okay. So, when I ask that question, something will probably pop into your mind. And these are, again, you know, things that are thoughts that you have created, and all thoughts are just interpretations. And if you believe something is true, then it is true. If you believe that you are going to have a struggle with something, then you usually have a struggle. So think about that. When you have a thought and you expect something, is it expectations for something good, or is it expectations for something that you think you'll fail at? Okay. So that's question number 1. And question number 2 is expectations. What are you expecting in your life? So our expectations are always impacting us. They impact everything that we do. Does life happen to you, or does life happen for you? So those are 2 things that you want to think about when you think about what are those expectations in your life. Every experience that we have is just a rehearsal for something that's coming next. So the bad choices that we make, don't judge them, because those are just rehearsals for you to get to the good choices, to get to those expectations of the good, of the positive, because there's no failures. It's only learning. So I like that question. What are you expecting from your life? And just know that those expectations impact you. All the experiences that you have impact your thoughts. So what I say, it's wisdom that Louise Hay would say, is she says, though I walk through the valley of death, that doesn't mean I need to stop and build a house here. Okay? So think about that. Um, we all go through bad experiences, but we don't have to stay in them. We can move on. All right. So question number 3 is, uh, what if you considered everything simply as a coaching moment starting today? Okay. What if you could change your thoughts to understand that everybody that you meet and everybody that is surrounds you in your life is a team player for you? That's a great pondering type question, right? What if every single moment that you have in your life is a coaching moment? If you can learn from it, what if they're there to help you be the greatest and best that you could be? What if your person or somebody, maybe it's your spouse or partner or even a team member, what if they rub you the wrong way? It's just a lesson, okay? You don't have to hold grudges. You can look at it and examine it and say, what can I learn from this experience? If you could do that with every single moment that you have in your life, it's easier to move on, right? It's like we're all works in progress, every single one of us. And think about that person that might be, rubbing you the wrong way. And you have to look at them and say, you know what? They're also a work in progress. So why don't I just let this go and move on? All right. So just think about that. The last question is, what if you considered that everyone you meet is also for greatness and there's no exceptions? What if you considered that every single person that you meet was on your team and you're learning from them? So the Rumi, I don't know if you've ever heard of Rumi. There's a lot of, he's a poet, philosopher. I encourage you to read some Rumi. It's Rumi. And he asks this question: if you are irritated with every rub, how will your mirror ever get polished? So when you personally get rubbed the wrong way, again, there's a little affirmation. There's a thing that I do that I think that will help you. If something's not going your way or somebody is just, irritating you, just remind yourself that you can breathe. And as you breathe, smile. Breathe, smile, and repeat. Breathe, smile, and repeat. All right. So let's all try that. Breathe, smile, repeat. Okay. So the next time you're in that situation where you feel, I can't take this anymore, breathe, smile, and repeat. And then you want to take yourself out of that situation. You don't have to sit there and let somebody go on and on and on, irritating you, or maybe it's not just a person that's doing it. Maybe it's something that you're watching on the news or something that you're reading and you're feeling the energy from it, and it's putting you in a different frame of mindset. Then align yourself with the breathing and then smile and repeat, okay? Because it changes your whole energy when you do that. So, coaching moments that we want to think about, and I'm going to read these off to you a little bit, is I want you to start today by replacing anything that is limiting in your beliefs about you, about the world, about your marriage, about your job. If there's limiting beliefs there, I want you to change those beliefs to something positive. And you can remember, you can do this if you believe. You have to believe that you can change those thoughts. Because when you change your thoughts, you can change your world. And this happens a lot with me. Sometimes, like with the news, or I'll be on Facebook and then I see something that I disagree with. Instead of me commenting it and giving it energy, I would just move on. And I try to frame that with a more positive thought. Okay? So let's all try to do that. And then when fear comes and rears its ugly head in something that you're doing, let's say that it is a fear of public speaking, and you got to, it's your turn to speak in just a minute. Sometimes, anxiety can come up, and I want you to remember that breathe, smile, and repeat. Breathe, smile, and that will help you to um, focus on what you need to say. Okay, because maybe you say some positive things about yourself, sort of like, I'm remarkable. I am magnificent. I am enough. I am not afraid. I love that one too, because if you put yourself in a situation where you let go of that fear and think more positive and get rid of those limiting beliefs about yourself, then all of a sudden you are changing your thoughts and you are helping to program that part of your non-conscious that brings those negative thoughts. Okay, so the affirmations are fantastic. And I learned this from Barry Overton the other day when I was listening to his Mindset Monday, when he was talking about maybe you talk into your phone, record yourself saying some of these affirmations about yourself, and then listen to them right before you're going to sleep. Because what you're doing is programming that left side of your hemisphere, this memory. And so you've got all of these negative memories and negative thoughts, and how, if you change them and reprogram so that you are saying more positive things, then again, that changes that program that you've had in your mind for so many years. So again, next time you feel like somebody's polishing you or somebody's rubbing you the wrong way, again, that breathe, smile, repeat. I'm saying it so many times so that that will also be programmed into your non-conscious or your subconscious. Breathe, smile, repeat. All you have to do is take that energy and change it. And it changes your cells, it changes your protons, it changes your neutrons, changes everything when you breathe and you're in that moment. Because the present moment is the most powerful. Remember that. Power is always in the present moment. So when you're doing these affirmations, you want to try to feel that happiness about it, because the feeling is what actually changes you. It's not just saying them. You can say something over and over and over, but if you don't believe it and if you don't have a good feeling about it, it's not working. So we talk about manifesting things, and how you can put I enjoy earning $300,000 or more per year. That's a great affirmation, because you're saying I enjoy. If you want to say I am earning, that's great, because it puts it in the present moment. But if you say I enjoy making $300,000 or more per year, then you are putting a feeling on it, and the enjoyment of it is the feeling. And so then you understand what it would feel like. What would that feel like for me to have a brand new home that I have saved up money to put a down payment on, and start to visualize what it would look like with you living in that house, with you driving that car, with you having that baby, all these things that you can manifest. You have to put a feeling with it, because the feeling is what makes you believe. And then your body believes it, your soul believes it, your mind believes it, and then it actually manifests. So say things like, I am loving and I am thriving. Okay? Present moment, you feel the love and you can feel that thriving aspect. Okay, that's a great affirmation there. What about, I am always in the flow? So if you feel like you're in the flow, again, feeling things are going your way, you will start having more things go your way. It's just the law of attraction. The more you feel that things are going your way, the more things will go your way. Okay? So again, when you feel like something is not going your way, what can you do to get out of that? That limiting belief of, why is this not going my way? Maybe it's not supposed to. All right? Learn from it. Take a different route or a different path, and then it might happen later. So everything is not meant to happen for you when you're trying to manifest. It's not like, the silver bullet that you can snap your fingers and I had that thought and it's going to happen. These are things because of the mindset that you have, and you're aligning yourself with those positive beliefs. You truly believe them. You are visualizing them. You're acting as if they are already true. Then you will attract them to you. And again, it might take a day, it might take a month, it might take a year, it might take several years. So I always say things like, I am a money magnet and I am attracting money. I like saying money flows easily to me because I don't want it to be hard. I don't want to work hard for money. So I say money flows easily to me and frequently. And I sing it. So if you can put a song to your affirmation, if you can put maybe turn on some positive music or some music that makes you feel good, and then you sing some of your affirmations, this is a faster and better way to make those things come true. So money flows to me easily. Money flows to me most frequently. I can't believe I just sang that to you guys. So anyway, let's see. We are, when you do these things that align your positive mindset, you're going to start seeing that, let's say you want to build a 200-person organization within EXP. So I had that goal, and maybe that's not your goal, but I had that goal, and I started thinking about it and visualizing what it would look like for a certain amount of revenue share to be deposited into my bank account. And the rev share is amazing. This company, the EXP rev share, the way it works is it works for everybody. And so when you have that collaboration and you have that attraction, it's not only working for you, attracting people to you, but it's also helping the people that you attract. Okay? Does that make sense? It's like when you have that feeling of this is going to work for me, and I enjoy working with people and helping people with their business, then the more you help those people with their income, then when they close transactions, it comes back to you. It comes back to you multiplied. And that is part of the law of attraction. What you give out is going to come back to you multiplied. And it might not come back in money. It might come back in free time. It might come back in another person joining you through that person. So that's why I love this part of EXP. You hear my dog?
Mailbox money.
Hey, Chad. So
Mailbox money.
I want you to really think about what I've gone over. And I'm going to say those 4 questions again, because I think that that's going to help you to think about them. And maybe it just sparks something in you. All right. What have you been thinking about lately? And is there something that you need to change with those thoughts? And number 2 is, what are you expecting from your life? Are you expecting it to flow? Are you expecting things to be good? Or are you expecting struggle? Because whatever you expect, those expectations actually form the energy around you. So you need to expect that every single moment is a moment for you to learn, even if it's a tough one. Number 3 is, what if you considered everything simply as a coaching moment? And I want you to start today. Right? Every moment that happens to you, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, can you just learn from it and try not to judge? Judging is one of the hardest things for humans. And I went through a 30-day judging detox, and that's a great book as well. It's called The 30-Day Judging Detox. And it's by Gabby Bernstein. So if you ever want to, it's one of the hardest things to do, is to try to live every moment without judging it. If you can look at it and sort of examine it, then move on from it, instead of letting it hang around if it's a bad experience or a bad moment, and it's a moment that makes you feel a certain way. Just learn from it, and just know that it's, you know, we need to honor it. That's the word I was trying to think of, honor. If you can honor that moment as a coaching moment, you're going to be more positive. Okay? The question number 4 is, what if you consider that everybody that you meet is on your team? Everybody that you come in contact with is there to learn from you, and you to learn from them. And I mean, this is a hard one, because you might meet somebody or, and you're just like, they're rubbing you the wrong way. And again, remember what Rumi said: if you get irritated with the rubbing, how can your mirror ever be polished? How can you ever become the greatest and best self if you don't learn from that situation? Okay. So the last thing that I want to do is, I'm going to breathe, I'm going to smile, and then I would like to read this poem to you. Because I've had this poem, gosh, probably for 20 years. And it's called, We Are. We are stardust and moonbeams, rivers and streams, vast oceans, prairies, visions, and dreams. We are composed of particles, light beams and waves, neurons, protons, dualities, caves, darkness and brilliance, valleys and heights, mountaintop experiences, and cold, bitter nights. Holding the contrast, living life to the end, from cradle to grave, grasping waves as they bend. So I want you to think about that, and how can you be the greatest and the best person than you can possibly be? And that's aligning your mindset by having no fear. I hope you have a great week. And this has been one of the things that I like doing is this Mindset Monday, because it actually prepares me for my week. And I love sharing with you because I feel, and again, feelings, I feel really good inside and outside when I do this, hoping to make you and help you to be the best self that you can be. All right. So have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Monica.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.